Alright guys, we're hopping back into Red Zone Goku's story, Jiren or Universe Survival Saga, and the unit we're literally doing this video on is in slot 7. Okay, that's annoying, but what can you do? Really, what can you do? So we'll give all of those to Super EZA AGL, we'll give you these, and then there's no attacks in slot 2, so that means Janemba can keep his full damage reduction for the time being, so I mean that's kind of a good start. But yes, we are doing a video on EZA AGL transforming Cell. Very similar case to Tech Janemba of where, I mean, Cell does have a 220 lead. Strength Cell isn't great, I'll be real. Having the domain up with AGL transforming Cell in it, fantastic. Honestly, he popped off. But Strength Cell himself, not that great. We're just getting no additional supers right now whatsoever. We've had 4 additionals across 2 units, and neither of them hit an additional super. If that's a sign of things to come, Dokkan, I don't want it. You can keep that shit, okay? You can keep that shit. What do you mean? Not a single unit got an additional super this turn, and all of them additionaled. That's crazy. That's actually wild of how poor my luck was just then. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. I know they don't link, but I want Janemba to start building. And then all those orbs to Super EZA Boo. But just like Janemba, who am I talking about? I had so many names floating in my head. Just like EZA Tech Janemba, EZA AGL transforming Cell doesn't have too many teams. Like, don't get me wrong, he has some very good teams, just unfortunately those teams are slightly under where they need to be to compete in the, you know, in the hardest content right now. And it's one of those where you kind of need some RNG, you know, you need some additionals to go your way, you need crits in certain areas. And while Cell does have a 220 lead, unlike Janemba, which is great, and I said he works really well under Strength Cell's domain, that Strength Cell isn't that great alone. So while Extreme Transformation Boost under Tech Buuhan is great, mine has no dupes. Now that's specific to me. So I'm a little bit weary of how that's going to go. Then we also have Power Absorption, which of course has some solid units on it, which also Tech Buuhan does lead. And Tournament Participants has had a massive buff, but I don't have my own Strength Cell, so there's a major issue there. But like, if there was just a way that Cell kind of crossed over with Broly as a lead, because I can't get Broly on this team. That is possible. That is doable. Now, what's annoying about him being in slot 7 is Cell hasn't stacked up once. Cell literally hasn't stacked once, and he's already transformed. So we've missed out on some stacks. We're gonna get a dodge there. Yeah, we're gonna get a dodge. I don't mind that we didn't get another one. So we're not going to have him as strong as we want him to be, or as he can be, considering, as I said, he did only appear now. But sometimes that shit happens. Sometimes that shit happens. But yeah, I can bring Broly on this team, but there's some other units that are just very good in this specific stage that just wouldn't get onto the team. So that's why I decided not to bring Broly instead, and I went for the units we've brought. If there was just a way to just kind of cross over a team where Broly gets on easily, we could have like all of the best units that are a mixture between not having to use Buuhan as a lead, but then the better units that go on both Broly's lead and also Buuhan's lead, it would actually work out pretty well. Basically, the team that we used with Tech Janemba, we had his own video against Jiren, with essentially Broly on the team as well. Like, if only we had a new unit in there that led one of these categories that kind of mix-mash them together. We kind of had that crossover going. But I'm not going to lie, that having AGL Cell in slot 7 is definitely going to come back to hurt us a little bit. It's not going to be the end of the world, you know, it's one turn of stacking, you know. He could have stacked once, he could have stacked twice, maybe even 3 times if we got lucky with RNG. If how the additional normals were going, I don't think we would have got some extra stacks. But also another thing as well, we got him transformed into perfect now. You know, and we have that 3-turn guard, which is good. The only thing with the 3-turn guard is the fact that, well, kind of don't really need it yet. I'd rather have it against Jiren. I don't think we're going to get to keep it going against Jiren. So that's another thing. We're probably going to have maybe 1 turn of the guard against Jiren, but potentially not even that. Most likely not even going to be that. And the fact that Cell was in slot 7, we miss out on some stacks, which is, it's not great. It's not great. It's not great, but we are holding on to the domains. I know none of them have become active yet. That's why we're holding on to them. Which I'd definitely rather save against Jiren's first phase more than anything. Now is probably where I put Tech Janemba on rotation. To be fair, he should still have the majority of his damage reduction. Yeah, he still hasn't been hit, which means he has all of his damage reduction still right now. That's kind of crazy. To have it now, still at this point, is kind of crazy. That's mad. So yeah, you can definitely sit on rotation with your papa, the LR Janemba. This should be good. Yep, nullify. Take that shit, put it elsewhere. I wonder what that portal leads to. Just some randy bystander minding his business, walking down the street, gets hit with a stray beam from Kefla right now. You know, we've already got Cell at his best, which is good. We do still also have his, essentially, rage mode, where he gets big and beefy to use, which I'm not going to lie, that's actually going to be useful against Jiren, especially with the supers and the AoEs, and to just give us a breathing room to kind of reset the character lock that Jiren can do. So having 2 of those with LR Janemba is actually really useful. Of course, the only annoying thing is we do have to get down to 50% HP or less. That is just kind of the risky part. And then, kind of counterintuitive, we do have a lot of units on this team that do heal. So while it's handy, it's a matter of actually getting it active. But if we can get it active, as I said, to have 2 rage modes on the team to essentially reset the character lock-in and also super attacks with the AoEs, that helps us out a lot. Now, we have a domain ready. I'm not going to use it just yet because I don't feel like we need to. So I'm not going to do that. Pretty sure he now only has 1 more turn of guard. Like, this is literally his final turn of guard, which is dead. Dead. Now, the reason why I want to save it is because if we can get the kill now... Which, I mean, he's tanking. I mean, that's that guard coming in with a type disadvantage. And now the dodge is kicking in. If we can get the kill now, next turn going into Jiren, we can pop... Is it mine or is it the friend? The my Buhon's domain and have that fresh going into Jiren, which I think will work out better, but... We're not getting lucky when it comes to additional supers. We're really not getting lucky when it comes to additional supers. Dokkan, please. What do I have to do to get an additional super? Why'd you keep giving me normals? I mean, that's fine. If we get the kill, I'm actually going to have to pop it next turn. If I want a domain active going against Jiren, which I do, we're going to have to pop the one next turn. This could have worked if we got additionals. Sorry, additional supers. But for some reason, Dokkan is being stingy. I mean, at least he now has his dodge, which is good. So mine will have his dodge next turn. Yeah, I could save it, but then as I said, we wouldn't have a domain active going into next turn, which obviously I want. So we're popping this. What I will do is, because we do have the domain up, I am going to pop him into slot 1. Again, Janemba hasn't really been touched. He's been hit twice, which means he still has the majority of his damage reduction left. So I'm actually going to float him off and just actually use him as a support right now. Because surely with Super Boo's domain being out, we're going to get the kill before Janemba gets hit. Janemba might get a super attack in, which I'm not going to lie, I'll take that because then he can get an extra stack. But surely we get the kill before Janemba gets hit. So that means we can still keep the majority of his damage reduction. See, now I'm thinking, do I just keep Tech Janemba out as Fat Janemba and not transform him too soon, considering he does have the majority of damage reduction? Do I just do that? Do I maybe just do that? I mean, I'll take all the additional supers from you. I mean, they're a bit late. I mean, they are handy right now, but I kind of wanted them last turn, and you just didn't really want to give them to me. Now you're giving me all of them. Funny how Dokkan works, isn't it? Honestly, it's just one big joke to Dokkan, really. Good stuff. Oh, there we go. There's another one. I mean, this has to be some twisted joke, really, doesn't it? I mean, sure, I'll take it. I'll take it. Good shit. Good shit. Could have had this literally against Jiren, which I would have been much better, but you know. So we're not going to get an extra stack up on Tech Janemba, which is fine. Would have been nice, but it's fine. So here is Jiren locking AGL Cell. See, it's manageable. That's manageable because I'm seeing a lot of rainbow orbs for Tech Cell. Yeah, I can get him 4. Yeah, it looks like we can get him 4. And then I want to save the rest of the orbs to go to Buhan. So I'm going to do this. AGL Cell now doesn't have guard anymore. So we're literally relying on 35% damage reduction, 35% chance to dodge, and then as long as our HP stays at 50% or more, which I'm sure it will. You know, we've got a ton of healers on the team, 70% chance to dodge, which is great here. Oh, Tech Cell can dodge. Get that shit out of my face. Oh, 30 mil as well. Crit. Big crit. Big crit. I don't want to see those. Thank you. We're getting a bit better. It's not exactly how I want it, but we're getting a bit better. We're getting a bit better. So again, no guard on AGL Cell. 31 mil. Could have been higher if he wasn't in slot 7, but sometimes shit happens in Dokkan. And we also have 70% chance to crit right now. So while Cell is doing over 30 mil on each super, we're also having a lot of chance to crit to go with it. That was a really good first rotation. That was a really good first rotation. Even showed off a little bit of the dodge. Flex on him a little bit. We've actually done some very good damage here. Even with that missing turn of stacks on AGL Cell, just all of that crit chance on over 30 mil. He's not even on his best domain right now. I'm pretty sure he only gets half of Tech Buhan's domain. And he's still cooking. Not the unit I wanted to get locked, I'm not going to lie. Really not the unit I wanted to get locked. So I'm actually going to do this. We'll reset it. We'll reset it. Because I really don't want to have LR Janemba taken off rotation. I really don't. I really don't want to have him taken off rotation. I mean, that means there's no super attack this turn, which is good. All we have to worry about is the AoE, which I'm pretty sure we should be good. If I have to rotate off my super boo, then so be it. That actually works out for us because we only have 1 turn left of the domain. So I want to keep the friend one on, so I have his domain ready to go anyway. So I don't actually mind that all too much. But it just all depends on who's locked. So if you want to lock my Super Boo in slot 3, by all means, that's fine. If you want to lock Janemba in slot 1, again, that works out fine. If you want to lock the friend Tech Buhan in slot 2, again, that's also fine. We have 3 ways this can work out for us, but knowing Dokkan, it will do the way that won't work out for us and will more than likely get us killed. How are we looking? How are we looking? Who are you locking and who are you locking where? Okay, I can work with that. That's like literally one of the ways I wanted. Okay, perfect. 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 I'll take that. I'll take that. This works for us. This works for us. Dokkan attack on Janemba as well. Super attack is gone. The friend Buhan can also dodge the AoE. That's a possibility. Which he does. Perfect. I'll take that. I'll take that. Good stuff. Good stuff. You want to dodge the second one as well? Good stuff. That's what I'm talking about.
Time to get serious.
Maybe I didn't need the Broly's on the team after all. This is working really, really well. Really well. I mean, I do think we're getting fairly lucky with who's being locked. I mean, we didn't last time, but on the second go around after the rage mode, I feel like we're getting quite lucky with who's being locked and additionals and crits now. You know, it started kind of shaky early on with the RNG on additionals and crits. Now we're kind of getting them. Big damage. Only the one? Really? Stinge? Stinge? A little bit. Just a bit. Just a tad. Okay, we're all good. We're all good. No damage. Of course, there's that threshold. We haven't had to worry about the threshold just because we've been doing so much damage from everyone. I mean, with a crit, he done a little bit. I'll take it. Another one? If you don't, we're not going to do any damage. So I'd prefer if you critted. Oh, you didn't even need to. Oh, and there's the dodge again. You love to see it. You love to see it. We still have Cell's Rage Mode in our back pocket, which is great. But again, we do need to get down to 50% HP to use it. Which, if we can carry on with the RNG we're getting, we might not need to use it full stop. Which I'm not opposed to. I'll be real, I'm not opposed to. Would it be useful, as I said, for like character lock-in? Yeah, but Jiren's kind of almost dead. No crits is a bit shit, but again, it is what it is. Okay, domain's gone. We have to do one turn of out of domain. Janemba's locked in slot 1. You know what? That's not even the worst. See, I don't know how Tech Janemba's going to be in base because he still has the majority of his damage reduction. Again, he's only been hit twice. He's only been hit twice, which means he still has a total of, what, 70% damage reduction? No, I'm bugging. He still has 9... No. He still has guard, obviously. He still has... He gets the 30 with the 1 rainbow orb, which I'm sure we can get him. I don't remember what the orbs look like, but there's the 30. And then we've lost 10. We're going to have 70% damage reduction on guard. Surely he's fine in slot 1. I mean... Let me do this. And then let me take this in the corner. And then we can give the rest to Cell. 12 orbs. 3 rainbow orbs. That's great. If the super attacks first, that is actually the best part. Okay, it's not. It's second. Okay, we've only lost 5% extra damage reduction. So we have what? 65% damage reduction in guard? Cool. Cool. Nice to know that base Janemba can still hang even though we haven't transformed him. I love that. Okay, I mean, it makes sense considering he's still got the majority of his damage reduction. But nice to know he can actually still be useful here. Because don't forget, he's still supporting the rest of the rotation. They may not be getting the full uncontrollable power support, but just the standard extreme class support. And Cell's even taking double digits with no domain up. So that's great. That's great. I'm not gonna lie, that just shows how good Tech Janemba is. Come on, give me a crit. Give me a crit. There we go. There we go. Another AoE, that's cool. HL Cell with a dodge. HL Cell with a dodge. Of course. No, do you know what? That's fine. That's fine. That's completely fine because we can just do this now. I can't lie, Jiren hasn't been too much of a menace today. We had one bad rotation when it came to lock-in. And we managed to get lucky the second time round. I want to save as many orbs, of course, for Buhan, but it doesn't look like that's going to be the case. We can get him 7 over there, I guess. Oh, and the dodge! Yes! Oh, we're cooking right now. This team is on business. It's standing on business. I mean, too bad we're not doing damage right now. I need you to crit. But we have actually got fairly lucky when it's come to Jiren's character lock-in. So, do you know what I mean? I'll take it. That bad RNG early on when it came to the additionals. I take everything back, Dokkan. I appreciate you, King. I appreciate you. Because without the annoying character lock-in, this team's actually been doing bits. It's been doing bits. We're still yet to even transform EZA Tech Janemba, by the way. He's still untransformed. I mean, we can probably transform him next turn. But we've already seen what he can do against Jiren. Sure, he won't be able to dodge, but once he super attacks, he's fine. The only thing is I need a slot 1 unit next to him. And of course, the slot 1 unit I want next to him is him. So we're probably going to have to float him off. Who's on next rotation? I feel like we'll be okay. I mean, Cell himself's got, as I said, what? 70% down? No, 35% damage reduction. Cell loses all of his dodge as well, which is really annoying. But I mean, I don't think 35% damage reduction alone is going to be enough. I mean, we do have a domain active, so maybe... Actually, there's no attack. Oh, that's even better. Oh my god. Game's cooking for us right now. Because, to be fair, I don't want you on rotation, but I want him with Janemba. So I feel like we have to do it like this. I feel like we kind of need to do it like this. I feel like this is like the only way. I mean, I messed up with the type orbs with Janemba, but that mainly gives him extra dodge chance, so it actually doesn't really matter. I think as long as Buhan doesn't get super attacked, I feel like we should be good. Although Jiren is weaker here. And we've got a double. Because also Buhan can't dodge here either. I mean, he does have guard. We do have type advantage. Jiren is weaker, but I don't know how he's going to do here. I mean, we've just tripled it. I mean, he's 55%. He's cooking right now. He's cooking right now. Everyone's been cooking. Everyone's, you know, put their seasonings in. Okay, cool. Cool. That's perfect. That's perfect. Okay. Let's not forget, Cell is getting 50% attack and defense every time he supers. There's the additional of having 50% HP or more. Does the potential system want to kick in for us? Pad him out a little bit more? No, but no dodge. That's fine. That's great. Of course, we're taking double digits on normals. Now we're looking at the super attack. Jiren gets more on super, but super attacks for less. What are we looking at? That crit came back for us. Ho ho!